Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Got a unique item for you to look at today.
All right, it looks pretty unique.
This is the armor of a French cavalry Carabineer.
A Carabineer?
Carabineer. Well, I don't have the French accent down. This armor and helmet belonged to an elite cavalry unit in the French Army. It was only about 2,000 made. It was purchased by my parents in Paris, France in 1961, and it's been in our family since then. I'm hoping to get $15,000 for it today, but to be honest, I'm not really sure what the value of it is.
So what can you tell me about this stuff?
This was worn by a French cavalryman back in the period of the Second French Empire, which would be about 1850 to about 1870. And they were an elite cavalry organization in the French Army.
Okay, cool. Armor was actually functional up to like maybe the early 1600s. The problem was, as armies began to get more and more guns and more powerful guns. So they started having to make the armor heavier and heavier and heavier. And basically it got to the point where you couldn't function in it. And they began to realize that if troops were just wearing normal clothes, they could run around, defend themselves better, reload faster, because it was all about, you know, rate of fire at that point. Since this is from the mid-1800s, I'm guessing this is worn for parade dress only, right?
No, actually, it was worn in combat, too.
They actually wore this in combat?
Yes. I don't know if you've ever seen some of the pictures of the Battle of Waterloo, where it shows the cavalry charging the British squares, that basically you can see they were all wearing breastplates.
Okay. This is really cool. If this guy is right, this armor could have actually been worn by someone fighting for Napoleon III in the Franco-Prussian War.
Come on, Rick, put it on.
Yeah, this,
It would be a tight fit.
yeah, not even a tight fit. This is like an Iron Maiden.
Rick, you need the helmet.
Let me see here. How do I look?
You look like a doofus.
I know you were saying they're supposed to wear this in battle, but I'm thinking that this right here just tells me you would not wear that into battle.
Mm-hmm.
These giant puncture things. And how much did you want for it?
You know, I'll cut you a good deal. Looking for around $15,000 for it.
Quite frankly, I can't tell you whether that's a good deal or not. I have never seen one of these things before, and I just don't know enough about it. So let me have my buddy look at it.
All right, fair enough.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I believe it's original, so if I'm told it's not real, that would probably be a shock to me.
Where did you get this?
We purchased it from a Paris antique dealer back in 1961.
Okay. Carabineer à cheval, that's who would wear a piece of armor like this. That's French for soldier on a horse, basically.
Okay.
And it would have been worn in the 1800s by mounted cavalry. This is definitely Second Empire. You can tell the difference, basically, because the earlier breastplate will have a crown on the eagle.
And they actually wore this in battle?
By the time they were wearing this, a square shot to the chest with a musket would totally go right through this. But this still could have been worn in battle, and here's why. By this time, these were like shock troops. You know, when these guys ran at you in a line of horses with shiny armor, it made an impact. Back in the day, the French cavalry were a force to be reckoned with. You're facing the French army, and imagine, if you will, over a hill come 100 horses, guys sitting on top of them wearing shiny armor, and they're charging you. It was like a tank rolling your way. Okay, Rick, what are your concerns?
He wants a lot of money for this thing. Are these ever faked?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me take a look. One of the things I always do is smell leather, because as you know, new leather smells. So this is definitely at least 30-year-old leather. I'd like to look at the soldering. You see if it's something that's going to actually hold up in battle a little bit. And it's got a lot of nice aging inside. You know, this very difficult to reproduce a finish like this.
But I just think it would be really odd to wear this in the battlefield, especially with these giant spikes inside the front.
You know, there'd be quilting underneath it and other kinds of stuff. So I don't think that these spikes would have made much of a difference. Helmet's got the original lining, nice horsehair plume. Rick, your concern is it real?
Yeah.
My answer is, yes, it is.
Okay.
C'est bon.
All right, so what's it worth?
This is one of these tough calls. The market for this is very focused and small. If I was a dealer buying this, I would buy it as if it were going to sell for $6 grand. And then if you put this in a European auction, it could go higher.
Thanks, man.
Rick, Always a pleasure.
Hey,
Monsieur
thanks for stopping
Richard,
by.
thank you.
I really like this piece. It's definitely rare, and it would look really cool in my shop. But the market on this stuff is really limited, so I have to be careful on what I pay for it. I'll give you $4 grand.
Why don't we make it $5 grand? We'll call it a deal.
No, let's make it 3 and I'll be happy.
It's not here. I mean, I'll go 45.
How about 5?
Rick, 5's a little high.
You're only going to see these in a museum. You don't see them on the market.
I know it's unique and it'll look really cool in my store, but there's limited customers.
If we can do 5, we got a deal.
You know what? What the hell? I think I can sell it.
You got it.
Okay, I'll meet you right over there.
It was less money than I hoped to get, but I have to be honest and say, I really wasn't sure of the value. And you have to listen to the expert and hear what the expert has to say.
What can I help you with?
Oh, how are you?
I'm doing great.
I have an old helmet from around World War I-ish.
It's pretty neat. Not the most protective thing in the world.
And some poor bastard had to wear this to protect his head.
I came down to the pawn shop today to sell my grandfather's old World War I Marine helmet. I could use the money to take my wife on another honeymoon trip. I really feel it's worth $500, but if worse come to worse, I would take 3.
It was probably one of the most hellish wars we ever had. It was the first war where there was chemical warfare. You see the old movies and everything, and you see the Germans using it. We used it too.
I didn't know that.
The problem was, when you used the chemical warfare, we killed as many Americans as we killed Germans with our own gas. All of a sudden, the wind would change. You know, you're killing your own guys.
And it changed the way wars fought today. I mean, we still don't use mustard gas.
It was a brutal, terrible war. They called it a war of inches because literally they would fight for days just to get a few feet. World War I was a nasty, nasty conflict. No one had ever fought a large-scale war with poison gas before. And high-speed machine guns made it even worse. So the soldiers had to dig down into trenches to survive. I mean, this is definitely legit. This is a World War I helmet. I can 99.9% guarantee that. The value of these things is really determined usually on that logo right there. Which division of the forces is on the front of it. This stuff is major important. What I don't know, though, is this emblem supposed to be here? It appears to be Marines, which would make it a lot rarer. The Marines have always been a much smaller force than the regular Army and everything else. In World War I, every U.S. Army division had a different helmet logo. Some are more rare than others, so whether this helmet is worth hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars, it all depends on the details. I don't know everything about World War I, so let me call on somebody who does. He'll tell us what's going on and what it's worth.
Okay, great.
I'll be right back.
All right, thanks.
Original World War I stuff is getting harder and harder to find. I'm just crossing my fingers it's legit, because people are always faking this stuff. So this is what I called you about.
Yeah, it looks like a U.S. Marine Corps helmet. The guys usually call me up when they get some unusual military item that they have concerns about its authenticity, and I can usually figure it out and appraise it for them.
Do you know how many Marines were in World War I?
Tens of thousands. During World War I, half of the 2nd Army Division was the U.S. Marines.
Okay.
This is a World War I era helmet, and you can tell by the flared out rim. And they designed this because of artillery shell bursts. So this would protect the shoulders and the back of the neck. People think that helmets will deflect bullets, and they're not effective for that. Really, it's just designed to protect you from shrapnel and light hits. This symbol is the 2nd Army Division in the 5th Marine Regiment. That's the Eagle Globe and Anchor Marine Corps emblem above it.
All right. So are the Marine ones a lot rarer than the Army ones?
Marine Corps ones are a lot rarer and a lot more desirable, which means people fake them a lot more. Some people are really good at faking this stuff.
That's exactly what my concerns are. Someone faked that thing.
Okay, I'll take a closer look.
If this helmet is legit and has the right markings, it could be worth well over $2 grand. And a good fake is worth right around 20 bucks as a movie prop.
Okay, well, I got some news for you guys. I think it's definitely real. The reason I believe it's real, it's a World War I era Marine Corps emblem. And the way you can tell it's World War I era, the globe had both the latitude and longitude lines. Later on, they only had the latitude. And the paint looks good, everything looks good to me, and good age. The patina on the EGA is perfect. It has age, there's a lot of grime. It doesn't look like anybody's painted that. It looks all original.
So what do you think it's worth?
Well, in today's market, I'd say somewhere between $900 and $1,500.
Okay.
When the expert told me it was worth up to $1,500, I was very excited because, you know, I walked in only wanting, $500 for it. So I thought, gosh, this is my payday.
Thanks a lot, man. You're the best.
Sure thing. Thank you.
I was already pretty sure the helmet was genuine, but it's always a relief when you know for sure. All right, so how much you want for it?
Well, 13.
No, that's not gonna happen. If you put this on the internet, no one's gonna buy it off you because they're not gonna know if it's a fake or not.
I'd really like to get $1,000.
I'm thinking more like 500 bucks.
I can't do 500. I mean, this is really rare from what the expert said. Would you be willing to go 950?
I'll tell you what, I'll go 700 bucks. I mean, I have a business here. I have to make money.
How about 750?
All right, 750.
All right, thank you.
All right, you wanna write them up?
Let's go do some paperwork, my man.
I walked in, I only wanted $500. I walked out with $750, and I'll tell you, this is a great day.
So what in the hell do we have here?
This is a 1941 M3 armored scout car for the Army.
This looks like something right out of MASH. Is this thing bulletproof?
Yes, it is.
Sweet.
I decided to come to the pawn shop today to sell my M3 armored scout cars. I paid $25,000 for this truck. I was hoping to get $28,000 if possible. I'm sure it can only appreciate. It's like gold, it can only go up.
So where did you get this thing?
I was driving through Barstow, and my son saw it, and he's a military buff, and we found it at a tow yard. They said it was all original, and I had to have it, so I went in there and bought it.
And now you're tired of it?
No, I'm gonna prospect up in Alaska, and I need some money, and gonna go on to the next adventure.
Okay. It's not every day that someone rolls up the shop in an armored vehicle used in World War II. If this truck is genuine, I know some military collectors who will go nuts over it.
And, I mean, it does look cool. It would be fun to drive it up and down the strip every once in a while. So let's see what it's got under the hood.
Let's do it.
Damn, this thing's heavy.
Meant to stop a bullet.
That's definitely not a 1941 motor. That's like a late 80s, early 90s Dodge turbo diesel. Do you know how many miles are on it?
Very low. Had it in the garage the whole time. Other than that, I don't know that much more about it.
So it's a different steering column.
Well, this is how I bought it, so I don't know what's been changed on it or whatnot, but
Someone's restored it somehow or the other. I mean, it's got a brand new paint job on it, I'll tell you that. To tell you the truth, I have no idea what a 1941 Scout vehicle goes for. If we can drive this down to a buddy shop of mine, he actually deals in this kind of stuff, and we can get it all checked out.
I'm all for that.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to going to the expert, take a look at this, and we'll know where we stand.
Hey, David, how's it going?
Hey, guys.
This is why we came by.
Wow. I'm the owner of Army Trucks, Inc. We supply military vehicles to motion pictures, TV, commercials. This is a 1941 Scout car, it looks like. They're made from the late 30s to about 1944. They use these to go ahead of the tanks to scout out the enemy. So, Rick, what are your concerns?
It looks like a lot of stuff on it's been replaced, so we basically have a 1941 body here.
When I'm analyzing a truck like this, I basically look for originality, I look for obvious flaws. Wow. Guys, I see some numbers here, which lend some authenticity to the vehicle. I'm gonna keep looking. Well, 1/4-inch armor, that's good. Let's pop the hood. Definitely the correct hood, but that's not correct. Modernized.
Yeah, that's what's concerned me. Like, everything underneath looks modernized.
So, Rick, you want the good news or the bad news?
Give me the bad news.
Well, the bad news, this thing is pieced together.
Okay.
The only thing original is probably the first foot of this truck. And this looks like an M3 chassis, but everything after that underneath looks like a modern pickup truck.
So what's the good news?
The good news is somebody put a lot of time and effort and money into making this thing to look like this. As a vehicle collector myself, it does have the wow factor.
So what's a wow factor worth?
A pristine one of these is worth about $100,000, original one. This, I think, up to $20,000.
Okay. All right, thanks. It's not an original 1941 Army truck, but it still looks badass. There's definitely a market for military reproduction vehicles, so I'm still interested in buying it. I came here thinking one thing, now I have to think about something completely different. So before we talk money, let me take this thing for a spin, okay?
Sounds good to me.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Let's go.
Let's get some wow factor going.
This thing is a hell of a lot of fun to drive. I'm definitely interested, so long as this guy keeps in mind it's not a 100% all-original military truck. Hopefully, we'll come together on a price.
Yeah!
Woo! What do you think? Pretty badass.
Yeah, it's pretty badass, but what the hell am I gonna do with it? That's my problem I'm thinking about. So realistically, what are you looking to get out of this thing?
Well, I know I paid $25 for it, and now that I know from your expert what it's worth, I know that's gone. But I gotta have at least 19 or 20.
It's just not going to happen, man. I'll go 11 grand, but it's going to be really difficult to sell. You know, when I first looked at it, cool, old World War II collectible Army truck, it's not that. I mean, basically, you got a 20-year-old truck here with a bunch of steel bolted to it.
Still paid $25,000 for it.
What you paid for it is immaterial to me.
and it has value. It has intrinsic value.
Limited market.
How about $15,000?
It won't happen.
$11,000? I mean, I'm taking a bath with that. I might as well just park it in my backyard and make a bird bath out of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I just can't. That's what I can do.
Well, I appreciate you looking at it.
Sorry we couldn't make a deal, man.
Kind of disappointed. 11,000 is kind of a slap in the face. I'd rather have the wow factor myself. It's still a cool item. It's a cool piece. I'll park it back in the garage. 4th of July, come down where we're at and see the parade.
All right, what do we got here?
A very old item.
Okay.
Is a 16th century jousting helmet. I've been collecting armor for probably close to 10, 15 years now. Everything from early 14th to 18th century.
So tell me about how you got this thing.
I took a trip to Germany and I came across this really small little place. This guy had a bunch of antique armor he was selling. These helmets are really rare. They're really hard to come by, but it's worth about $5,000. I'm hoping to get something close because I just need some cash. Yeah, I thought I'd catch you guys off guard with it a little bit.
So I got to ask you, you ever tried it on?
Oh, yeah. Well, for me, I mean, there's history to it, so like you never know who wore this before. It could have been like a rich nobleman or something. Do you want to try it on?
No.
I mean, you can't hurt it. Yeah, it should fit.
Oh, here. Oh, this hurts.
Yeah, just like that.
This isn't made for bald guys. How do I look?
It looks good on you.
I can't even understand how someone would fight in this thing. It's heavy, it's dark. It felt like you were in the man in the Iron Mask.
It looked like a knight in shining armor. Oh.
Yeah, it's deeply cool. So how much you want for this thing?
I was thinking 5.
Yeah, that's, I just don't know enough about it to buy it.
I love this helmet. I'd love to have it, but I got reservations. I don't know how old it is. I don't know what it's worth. I don't know if it's real. And if it's not real, it's not worth my time.
I mean, the only thing that concerns me about this looks like a modern bolt on the front of it.
Well, as far as I know, there's like a piece that goes on the front of it, and it's screwed on like this. It's for an extra guard for the jousting. This is probably what's left of it. I'm not sure exactly.
My #1 concern is that bolt. It looks like it's a machine-cut thread. I mean, it had perfect threads. Machine-cut threads were not made until the Industrial Revolution, which started around 1830.
Do you think it'll affect the value?
I'm sure it'll affect the value.
Yeah.
I mean, because, you know, you have a modern bolt sticking out the front of this thing.
100% I'm interested in purchasing the jousting helmet, but I need to know if it's real. I need to know when it was made. I need to know everything about it.
I got a buddy that knows all about this stuff. I'll have him check it out. You know, maybe we can get a price together.
If you know of an expert, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, it's just this kind of business. I got a buddy and everything. you
Right,
know.
okay, yeah.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks again. I think Rick was wrong about that bolt system. I think it is actually period for the helmet, so we'll see. We'll see about that.
When it comes to antique arms and armor, they are my passion, they are my life. I've delved into the dark secrets, I've learned the techniques. It's just history you can hold in your hand. Where'd you come up with this?
I got it from a dealer in Munich.
In Munich.
Yeah. If it actually was an actual Renaissance helmet, how much do you think it would be worth?
The last ones I've seen sold through catalog and auctions were between 20 and 30,000.
No way.
Yes. It's very well made. It's very well put together.
Right.
If you were to put this on your head with the rest of the armor with it and plopped you down in 1580, you wouldn't stick out. This was not made for the average Joe GI soldier at this period of time. This armor would have been made for somebody that had money,
Right.
had position, had power.
So that's the value, right?
Well, it adds to the intrigue.
Right, okay.
Is it a real piece of armor? Yes. Is it an old piece of armor? Yes. But this is going to take a little more investigation. There are things that are right on this, and there are things that aren't quite right. And the things that aren't quite right is that bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that concerned about me. I mean, it looked like a modern bolt on it.
It's a modern bolt.
Yeah.
If you look close on the comb of the helm, on the roping's not deep enough on the comb. You'll see there's a discoloration along the comb. That shouldn't be there. These were all cold worked. This is hot worked. There are a couple things that show me that it might be old, but it's a Victorian copy.
Is that what you think?
Yes.
I'm really disappointed because I was hoping this is going to be an authentic 16th century piece.
How much did you pay for it?
$4,500.
That would be in the range.
Are you still interested in it?
Unfortunately, I don't got the suit of armor that goes with it, so unless you really want to give me a good deal, I don't think we're going to be able to do it.
I think we all wanted it to be genuine, but I'm not interested in a Victorian copy. I want the real thing.
What do we have here?
We have a Halo replica suit from the video game Halo.
Sweet.
Got the MB-85 assault rifle from the video game. Got the fully wearable suit, modeled exactly off of the 3D images from the game itself. Got all of the armor plates, fully electronic helmet. Chicks really dig this stuff, too.
How do you feel about that?
I have no words for that.
So you didn't pick him up for the suit?
I didn't know about the suit. This is a secret.
I came here today to actually sell my custom-made armor and make a little dent into the student loans. Costume like this, you typically see sold for $5,000, $6,000, but I could probably settle between $2,000 and $2,500 today.
So who made this?
I made this all myself. You got the Bondo on the outside layer, then all the painting and detailing. Probably close to about 700 hours fully put into it.
What's Halo? Explain the game.
Halo's basically a sci-fi action first-person shooter game, and basically you kill aliens in it.
You want to put it on or something?
All right, I'll put it on for you guys.
Some video game franchises are starting to outnumber Hollywood movies in popularity. So we're always looking for video game collectibles.
Awesome. You even move like you're in Halo.
This thing looks crazy. A hobby piece like this is more about the fun of doing it rather than it ever really having a value. If I buy it, I'll just end up selling it to someone who's looking for a costume.
So what do you think?
Pretty sweet, isn't it?
What are you looking to get out of it, man?
I could probably part with it for maybe $2,000.
2,000 is just gonna be a little too far out of my league.
Too far out? What would be more in your league for something like this?
$100.
$100 is the best you could do? I don't know.
I can see it if we had more of a range of people I could sell it to, but it's built and molded for your body. I'll tell you what, the most I can do is 200. That's the top I'm gonna go.
Most I've ever seen one of these go for was 15,000, but that was 2 years ago. But for this one, 2,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that. 2,000 is just way more than I'm gonna pay for it.
All right, man, thank you.
See you later.
Thank you. I'm kind of disappointed. They can't sell it, they can't sell it, so I guess I get to take it home with me today.
Awesome.
So what do we have here?
My handmade suit armor. I decided to come to the pawn shop today to try to sell my suit of armor. I used to sword fight and joust years ago, and I just got too old and too beat up to do it. I'd like to get 1,000 out of it. Just want to sell it.
Knights were some OG gangsters, right? They pretty much just did what they wanted.
Well, technically, you had to become a knight by order of the king or the queen. It was a title given to you. You know, starting in like the 1200s, armor became popular again in wars in Europe. It got heavier and heavier due to the fact that the weapons became better and better and better. And it eventually got to a point where if a knight fell over in battle, he couldn't get up because he's wearing 90 pounds of armor. A metal suit of armor like this is what knights wore in the Middle Ages. They're built to withstand arrows, sword strikes, and the earliest guns couldn't penetrate them. But as firearms got more powerful, eventually they went bye-bye. All right, well, tell me all about it.
Well, most of this is recycled car parts, basically, car hoods and stuff like that.
So you basically have a suit of armor made out of Cadillacs and Buicks.
Yeah.
So it could take a nice kung fu slice from a sword?
Oh, yeah. Hit me?
I don't want to hurt you, man.
You're not going to hurt me.
I don't know.
You need me harder than that.
How much did you want for it?
Think about 1,000.
It's really specialty, not to be mean or anything. It looks pretty beat up.
Well, it's been used, yeah. Well used.
It's interesting and everything, but I don't think I have a shot in hell of selling that thing.
You got an armor tournament coming to Vegas in next month.
I can see that you put a lot of time and effort into it, but it's not really historically accurate. I don't see a particular style there.
I'd take 500 even, you know.
You know, I'm not putting you down or anything. I'm sure there's people who would want to buy this.
Right.
It's just not me. I don't see it there. I'm sorry. Thanks for coming in, though. You got to be careful when dealing with a guy who's carrying a sword and jousts for fun. But he seemed to take it okay.
Hey, mistake.
How can I help you today?
I have a bulletproof vest with an inner and outer carrier and 2 trauma plates.
Do you ever get to use this thing?
Yeah, I use it for work.
No, I mean, use it.
No. Luckily. I'm coming down to the pawn shop to sell my bulletproof vest. The reason why I'm selling this vest is because I just purchased a new one. I'm hoping to get 300, but if not, then 100 I'll take 100.
You ever hear how the guy who invented these went around and sold them to police departments?
No.
He'd actually strap one of these on, take a .45 and shoot himself in the chest. And that was his selling point.
So, do you know anything else about it?
Well, I know it's made out of Kevlar, and there's other material in there I'm not too sure about.
You know what Kevlar was originally made for?
No.
Tires. Until someone realized that, hey, if you stack a bunch of these together, it'll stop a bullet. People have been bulletproofing stuff almost as long as there's been guns. But the average body armor was almost always too heavy to be practical. Then in the 1970s, DuPont introduced Kevlar, a lightweight woven material that's strong enough to take a bullet. What's in here?
Trauma plate.
This will stop a knife.
Knife, a 9, and a 40.
It's in pretty damn good shape.
One question I have for you is how long have you had it? I believe they're only good for 10 years.
I thought it was 5.
It might be 5.
I think I bought it in 07.
07? Okay.
You'd think something tough enough to take a bullet wouldn't have an expiration date like a carton of milk. But it's true. Over time, Kevlar fibers break down. So the manufacturers suggest every few years you replace them.
So what'd you want to do with this? You want to sell it or pawn it?
I wanted to sell it, yeah.
And how much you want for it?
300?
They only cost like $500 new.
I paid $756. I had the receipt too.
$756.
Yeah.
I know they're usually like $500-600, but this does look a little fancy.
The least I can take will be like maybe 150.
Yeah, I'll give you 150 for it.
All right.
All right, you want to write them up for me?
Yeah, let's go do it, man.
Sweet, thank you. I settled on 150. I should have pushed for 200, but I'm happy.